Seth Rollins' story seems to be going down a very scary and unlucky route for his future, so we'll see what's going on there. We'll also check out the new rumors surrounding Jade Cargill, John Cena, and much more. Let's start things off with Seth Rollins' story and direction because the fans are coming up with some great theories about where this story could be headed. So 2021 and 2022 was some pretty rough years for Seth Rollins that were filled with more losses rather than wins. But as 2023 came around, Seth Rollins started to go on a hot streak that peaked with him winning the World Heavyweight title in May. And ever since then, Seth has prided himself on being a fighting champion that won't miss any show at all, and is always ready to defend his title at any given moment. And even before he won the title itself, Seth was already talking about how the title is for the full-time world champion, and he took many shots at Roman Reigns for Roman's lack of appearances and title defenses. So it appears that Seth Rollins' goal since first winning the world title, he wanted to defend it all the time, put it on the map, and have fans grow to respect the title as a world championship the same way they respect Roman's title. And although everyone respects a fighting champion that's willing to defend their title at any given time and place, some may argue that willing to defend your title at any time is actually a bit foolish for the sake of your title reign. It's obviously a bit more smart to just pick and choose your title defenses and fully avoid any title defense that you could get away from. That does seem like the best way to fully protect your title reign from harm's way. But Seth Rollins' character has almost become pretty much obsessed with trying to carry the entire Raw brand, while also being its full-time world champion. And over the last few weeks on Raw, we've even seen some other individuals, such as Adam Pearce and Ricochet, tell Seth Rollins to calm down and take it easy, that he doesn't have to carry the show and go all out every single night. And like his story with Nakamura has really highlighted, Seth Rollins is extremely banged up with several serious injuries, such as his back injuries. But he's ignoring his health and still trying to go full speed and not take his foot off the gas at all. He's obsessed with the idea that he can't take any nights off to rest, and feels like it's only up to him to lead the show and carry the world on his shoulders. And that may be an honorable trait that everyone can respect, but at the end of the day, it's only going to run Seth Rollins into the ground prematurely and lead to an awful crash. So that's what fans are picking up on, and that's where they think WWE is going with Seth's current story and direction. He's becoming so crazy with the idea of being a full-time world champion and not pacing himself, that it'll eventually lead to him having this massive moment where his body gives up on him. And maybe that's also the moment where we see Damian Priest successfully cash in on Seth to become the new World Heavyweight Champion. So be on the lookout for more hints and teases for this story of Seth Rollins pretty much running himself into the ground and hiding his injuries. Sean Ross has disseminated intriguing insights regarding the status of former TBS champion Jade Cargill within the AEW fold, hinting at an imminent shift to WWE. At this present juncture, it appears that Cargill is in the final phases of her tenure with AEW, with the prospect of her last appearance potentially being tied to the September 13th tapings in Cincinnati, as Ross disclosed. Notably, Cargill is gearing up for an anticipated showdown with Chris Statlander for the coveted TBS champion, set to unfold on Friday night's edition of Rampage. Expanding upon this development, Ross iterated, Fightful is engaged in conversations with sources affiliated with both AEW and WWE, who share the same belief that she is en route to WWE. It is essential to clarify that we have not received word of any formal offer extended, and as is customary in the dynamic world of professional wrestling, situations like this can undergo alterations. Ross further noted that details regarding the remaining duration of Cargill's contractual agreement remain elusive, with the possibility of option years in the mix. Should the 31-year-old conclude her tenure with AEW and embark on a journey to WWE, it would mark a significant twist in the narrative, one that could be deemed a substantial loss for Tony Khan and his team. From the very moment she made her presence felt in AEW, Jade Cargill radiated the aura of a bona fide superstar. Her magnetic charisma and commanding stage presence compensated for her relative inexperience, propelling her through a historic title reign as the inaugural TBS champion. However, as her title reign progressed, it became evident that creative direction was lacking, leaving Cargill in a continuous cycle of victories but limited in narrative substance. In the event of her transitioning to WWE, she would potentially benefit from the formidable marketing machine at the company's disposal. Moreover, she would have the opportunity to further develop her skills and grow as a performer. Upon WWE's debut timeline for her, collaboration with established talents like Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, Bayley, and Asuka would undoubtedly contribute to her evolution and realize her full potential. The situation remains dynamic, with Ross acknowledging the prevalence of a widespread rumor regarding Cargill's alignment with WWE. If early reports indeed materialize, her inclusion in WWE's already impressive women's roster would serve to enhance its overall strength. Another report has recently been released claiming that Jade's AEW contract has now officially expired. Reports also claim that if she shifts over to WWE, Jade Cargill will allegedly skip over the NXT process and immediately come over to the main roster. So Jade is definitely a big free agent name out there right now, and the popular belief is that she is WWE bound. So we'll have to wait and see how that unfolds. John Cena has been back full-time with WWE for a few weeks now, mostly due to the current strike in Hollywood. He's scheduled to appear on Smackdown all the way through October 27th, and now he's being advertised for November's Crown Jewel event as well. So John Cena appears to be locked in and committed to WWE, at least for the next 2 months. And now there appears to be some rumors for John Cena's first main event feud of his return. Reports also claim that John Cena will be having a big program coming up with Solo Sikoa, with some rumors even going around that it may stretch into Royal Rumble season. Solo Sikoa even hyped up to the match himself on his Instagram story by posting a picture showing off his own face-off with John Cena and his uncle, Umaga's face-off with John Cena. So for John Cena to now be facing the nephew of one of the biggest rivals of his career does set up a very intriguing narrative. Solo Sikoa could be looking to not only settle the current issues with John Cena, but he could also be looking to get some payback for what Cena did to his uncle well over a decade ago. That would be a very nice platform for Solo Sikoa to truly showcase everything that he has to offer. So it should continue to be a very fun run for John Cena. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.